All right, we will call the Finance and Personnel Committee to order. Today's date, it is a cold and blustery December 4th. The time is 6:15 or thereabout. Notice of this meeting has been duly posted at City Hall. Chair Sean McAllister is appearing remotely. Sean, you there?
Present. Thank you.
And then Alder Pogo?
Here.
And I, Dan Stevens, am also present. We'll move on to consideration and action on the minutes from the previous meeting.
I'll move to approve the minutes from the previous meeting and place.
Second. Second.
You have a motion from Alder Milky, second by Alder McAllister. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Minutes are approved. Item 3 is public input. Is there anybody wishing to address the Finance and Personnel Committee? Second call for public input. Nobody online? Except for Sean?
Actually, online we have Alder McAllister, Chief Ashbeck, Karen Marquardt, our City Administrator Rick Niemeyer, and Larry Jurassic is also online. Alder Larry Jurassic. So, but no one is asking.
Those sound like a bunch of smart people that stayed home in today's weather. So
for sure.
Why brave this when you can zoom it in? All right, hearing no public input, we will say public input is now closed. Consideration and possible action on the following items under item 4, finance, the 2024 general fund financials. For this, we'll go to Finance Director Steger.
Thank you, Chair. So in your packet this evening is the balance sheet and then the budget report for the general fund. If I can draw your attention to page 6, the total revenues through October 31st of 2024, we do have remaining 1.04% to hit our total budgeted revenues. I can tell you as of today, we have hit them. This is as of October 31st, because we're usually just a little behind in reporting out. So we have hit our total budgeted revenues. If I can draw your attention to page 18, that will show you our total budgeted expenditures year to date. So as of October 31st of 2024, we do have 21.76% remaining. As of October 31st of 2023, we had 22.11% remaining. So trending in the right direction.
So we have a lot of expenses remaining, is that, but we've got all our revenues, is that?
We've hit all of our revenues. We have about what we had remaining for expenses last year.
And you are comfortable with where we're at?
I am.
All right. Are there any questions for Sabrina?
I have none. Thank you, Sabrina.
Okay, what shall we do with item 4?
I'll make a motion to approve the 2024 general fund financials and place on file.
And I'll second.
We have a motion from Alder Milky, second from Alder McAllister to approve and place on file the 2024 general fund financials. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
That sounds unanimous, but is there anybody opposed? General fund financials are approved. We will move on to item 5, the 2024 Omni Center financials. Again, Finance Director Steger.
Thank you. Next in your packet, starting on page 19, is the balance sheet for the Omni Center. Then following behind there on page 22 is the budget report for the Omni Center. In regards to percent remaining for revenues, we have 6.29%. I believe we will hit that projection. We still have to record revenue for the for liquor for the Omni Center, as well as we'll have one more quarter of room tax to record as well. Then in regards to expenses, if I can draw your attention to page 24, year-to-date expenses, we have 12.92% remaining for the rest of the year, which I'm confident we will come within that 12.92%. Last year, as of 10/31/2023, we had 2.61% remaining. So we're actually trending ahead of where we were in 2023 for expenses.
And room tax, the information comes from the hotels. There's a delay in that. When do we expect to get the final numbers?
Final numbers for room tax, the reports will be due to my office by the end of January. So we won't know that till the beginning of February.
But looking at the numbers, we're in very solid shape.
Yep, absolutely.
Anybody
Just
else
a-
have any questions for Sabrina?
Yes, please. I have one quick question. Sabrina, on page 23, the entertainment expenses, what encompasses that? And is that the 19,000 this fiscal activity?
Hold on one second. Yes, so entertainment expenses, what that is we also have an entertainment revenue, I believe. It is 48003. So what they're doing there is they're recording both the revenue and expenses, but I don't think the entertainment revenue that's listed in account 48003 does not include liquor revenue. So it's really just, or like bar sale revenue, it's really just ticket sales. It's just a new way for them to keep track of entertainment revenue and expenses. So when they have some bigger acts.
Okay. Thank you.
On the expense side, what are is that like paying for the band or
Yep.
entertainment or whoever?
Correct, the band.
This would
typically.
be for things like Spring Fever or Cabin Fever, whatever it was. Okay.
Yep. Good question.
Sean, anything else?
Nope, I'm good. Thank you, Sabrina.
Okay. What shall we do with item 5?
Move to approve the 2024 Omni Center financials and place on file.
And I'll second.
We have a motion from Alder Milky, seconded by Alder McAllister to approve and place on file the 2024 Omni Center financials. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? The Omni Center financials are approved. Next, we will go to Resolution 36-2024, amending the general fund to address chargebacks. And Sabrina, would you like to introduce this to us, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So in your packets, on page 25 is Resolution 36-2024. I know we just approved the operating budget, so you're like, why are we amending it already? What this is due to some correction of errors through our assessor, we, as the city of Onalaska, had to upfront some costs for property taxes. It's called omitted. I include it in the omitted property tax line on our budget report that's actually in your packet. So what this is the state then, we get to increase our levy for the portion that we paid the property tax owner back. So that's the $7,807. And then the additional funds listed on page 26 would be the other chargebacks for the other municipalities based on this omitted property. So it's really not it is additional revenue because we're going to receive it as part of our operating levy. It was a small dollar amount, but I just in the act of transparency to bring it forward that we are going to receive this 7807 from the state as part of our levy. So I wanted to increase that as we move forward into 2025. So the offset would be, we would increase the property tax levy and decrease miscellaneous revenue. I just picked that since we did increase that throughout the budget process.
And this is making this balance. Didn't we have the similar situation with in the last fiscal year?
Correct. We had this also happened last year in 2023 for 2024, but I received the letter from the state before the budget had been passed, so I was able to include it. This year I could have, but just in the act of making sure the state approved it, I wanted to wait until it was officially approved. And as you can see, the letter came 2 days after our budget hearing.
The city will ultimately, in the end be indemnified, so we should be.
Yeah, it essentially makes us whole because we had to pay it out and now we're just getting refunded from the state.
So our expenses were from 2024, the revenue will be for 2025.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
All right, so I'll make the motion that we approve resolution 36-2024.
I'll second.
We have a motion by me, seconded by Milky to approve resolution 36-2024, amending the general fund to address chargebacks. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 John, you with us?
Yep, I'm here. Aye.
Good.
Sorry.
All right, item 6 is approved. We'll move on to item 7, the amendment to the fire protection and inspection service agreement. We have Chief Floody with us today. Is this?
Yeah.
Well, would you like to address the committee?
Sure, I can take that one if you want, Sabrina. So what this is this is regarding our contract with the town of Onalaska. So it does provide, initially, we didn't have this written in there where we had a mechanism to charge for special fire inspections. So we're not charging for regular fire inspections that we routinely do. This is for those businesses that are starting up and might have a sprinkler installed. That is required to have a special inspection, which requires multiple trips for us to go out there and commission that system. So basically what this is stating is that we can charge that contractor for our time to go out there and basically commission the system and make sure everything's set to go. That's pretty much what this amendment does, is gives us the mechanism to make that charge to the contractor.
Okay.
Need a motion, then talk about it?
Well, this is an amendment, so we would want to approve this.
Yeah, I just had a question.
Oh, well, let's do the motion. And then
Yeah,
we-
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the amendment to the fire protection inspection and service agreement.
I can second.
Motion by Milky, seconded by McAllister to approve the amendment to the fire protection and inspection service agreement. And then Mike?
Yeah, just, is this something that most cities have where we charge for this and we've just been doing it kind of out of goodwill, or just curious?
So I think it's something that was sort of missed when we did the initial contract with the town of Onalaska, something that maybe wasn't thought about because there aren't a whole lot of new businesses going into the town of Onalaska right now.
Yeah,
We ran into this when Dynamic was actually putting up a new warehouse. And the question came to, can we even bill the contractor since it's outside of the jurisdictional limits of the city? Because we generally in the city, we will bill for this service and we have a permitting process as well. But since it falls in the township, the permitting process is going to be taken care of by the town of Onalaska. But we have to do, since we're the, I guess, resident experts, so to speak, on sprinkler systems and have the license to inspect these systems, wasn't really thought about. I don't believe when the contract was initially drawn up that, who's going to do this and, how do we bill it?
yeah,
So again, this amendment is just basically stating that, we can bill the contractor for our time for going out there and commissioning these systems. And like, again, we do that in the city as well.
yeah. All right, that seems like a good catch. So,
So I have a couple of questions, Chief. So first, I assume the fee is uniform between the city and the town? Like after the amendment goes through?
Yeah, the fee?
Yeah.
Did you say? Yeah, the fee will be the same, $190. Yep.
And then once this fee changes, do we have a mechanism to, like the town of Onalaska, is this going to be a surprise to them, or could this cause any issues between the city and the town?
No, because we're kind of, what this amendment is basically stating is that we can just bill the contractor and kind of bypass the town.
Okay.
As far, we're billing the contractor direct, but we didn't have anything in place in the original contract. So it's just basically kind of, it's almost clearing up the, the direction. So.
All right. Alder Wolf.
Thank you, Chair. So Chief, a quick question I have. Can I assume that if this is being brought before the city of Onalaska, that there's already been discussions been held between you and the town of Onalaska, and they're amenable to this? So once, if this does pass council on Tuesday and we get the sign offs on our end, that we can expect that they're also going to be signing off on their end, and then this is going to be a very clean pass through.
Yes, there's been conversations between the fire department, Onalaska Legal, and with the town administrator.
Great. Is there any further? Hearing no other discussion, let's vote on item 7, the amendment to the Fire Protection and Inspection Service Agreement. All those in favor of approving the amendment, say aye.
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 Any opposed? It passed unanimously. So that ends the finance portion of this meeting. We will go into personnel. Item 8 is the human resource update from our Human Resource Director, Amy Fransden.
Good
Hello,
evening.
Amy.
As you can see, we are down one position currently that we are currently reviewing candidates for that position in our police department. In other news, Human Resources did successfully complete the Staff Success Day in November. We also finished up our open enrollment processing. In terms of benefits for employees, we had our quarterly safety meeting and a variety of other things.
It's a very concise and brief update. Does anybody else remember when we had almost more than a full page? It's really nice to get through that section quickly. Does anybody have any questions for Amy?
Nope, none for me. Thank you,
All
Amy.
right. Well, let's go to item 9, adjournment. Do we have a motion?
I will move to adjourn.
Second.
A motion from Milky, seconded by McAllister, to adjourn at, let's call this 6:32 PM. All those in favor?
Aye.
With none opposed, we stand adjourned. Have a good evening.
Have a good one, everybody. Be good.